Bernard Tapie is a French businessman, politician and occasional actor, singer, and TV host. He was Ministre de la Ville in the government of Pierre Bérégovoy. Life and career. Tapie was born in Paris. He is a businessman specializing in recovery for bankrupted companies, among which Adidas is the most famous, and owner of sports teams. La Vie Claire, one of Tapie's former businesses, is a chain of health product stores. It sponsored one of the strongest cycling teams of all time, La Vie Claire, which was founded after the 1983 European cycling season, when multiple Tour de France winner Bernard Hinault had acrimoniously broken away from the Renault Elf Gitane team that featured Hinault's much younger and newly crowned French Tour de France winner, Laurent Fignon. La Vie Claire was formed by Hinault after Hinault had experienced a falling out with his long-time and highly successful team manager from Renault Elf, Cyril Guimard, in respect to which of the two French riders would lead the team in 1984 after Fignon's 1983 victory, a race in which Hinault had been unable to participate, due to tendonitis of his knee that had flared up during the 1983 Vuelta a España Plus or Minus that had been raced little over a month earlier and which Hinault had won. Following Hinault from the all-powerful Renault Elf team to the newly formed La Vie Claire squad was Greg LeMond, who would himself end up winning 3 Tours de France with 3 different teams. Hinault and LeMond would soon win successive tours with the La Vie Claire team after leaving Renault Elf Gitane, while both Fignon and Guimard would never win another Tour de France, as a cyclist and director sportif respectively, after 1984. Hinault had already formed a strong collective of primarily French riders almost immediately after his breakaway from Renault Elf and Guimard, and before he had even secured the much-needed financial backing for his team from someone like Bernard Tapie. From 1986 to 1994, he was president of the Olympique de Marseille football club, which became champion of France and won the Champions League. In May 1992, he was forced to resign of his function as Minister of City, by the Prime Minister Pierre Bérégovoy, who thus established the misnamed ballet de jurisprudence, according to which an indicted member of the government should resign. On September 30, 2011, it was disclosed Tapie had agreed to buy Full Tilt Poker and its assets despite its legal troubles in the United States and the revocation of its gambling license. That deal fell through in April 2012. Legal difficulties In 1993, the same year that Olympique de Marseille won the Champions League, he was accused of fixing the match between his club and minor club Valenciennes. The motivation seemed to be that, in this way, he could save his best players for important matches and not waste their energy. His club was stripped of its French League championship, though not of the Champions League title, and later suffered a forced relegation to the second division because of financial irregularities widely blamed on Tapie. In 1994, Tapie was put under criminal investigation for complicity of corruption and subornation of witnesses. After a high-profile case against public prosecutor Pierre de Montgolfier, he was sentenced in 1995 by the Court of Appeals of Douai to 2 years in prison, including 8 months non-suspended and 3 years of deprivation of his civic rights. He was incarcerated for about 6 months in 1997. He sold his boat Club Med 2 to Club Mar Copyright de Tirana Copyright E. Tapie was also prosecuted for tax fraud. On September 30, 2008, a French court ended a long legal battle between Tapie and the Cra Copyright de Lyonnais Bank. Cra Copyright de Lyonnais had allegedly defrauded Tapie in 1993 and 1994 when it sold Adidas on his behalf to Robert Louis Dreyfus, apparently by arranging a larger sale with Dreyfus without Tapie's knowledge. The court awarded €135 million to Tapie. This decision was partially overturned on October 9, 2006 by the Court of Cassation, the main court of last resort in France. In the 2007 presidential election, he supported Union for a Popular Movement candidate Nicolas Sarkozy, despite having been a minister in a socialist government, and being a member of the Radical Party of the Left. According to Le Canard registered trademark NAR copyright, the reason for Tapie's ideological inconsistency was portrayed as being about tax issues, which Sarkozy allegedly promised to resolve following his election. Acquisitions equals, Tapie made his fortune acquiring companies. The first company that Tapie purchased was Lecklench Wonder, a large producer of batteries. He later sold this company to Energizer. In 1990 Tapie purchased Adidas, which cost him nearly 1.6 billion francs. He takes up a loan unionized with a banking pool with foreign majority, and in French minority, in particular with the SDBO, the subsidiary of CRA Copyright de Lyonnais and banker of the group, hidden for several years. In this occasion, the AGF, the UAP and CRA Copyright de Lyonnais enter the capital of the sporting mark, brand. He subsequently had a number of legal difficulties associated with this company. The Tapie Group has also tried to dabble in the online poker world when they tried to acquire Full Tilt Poker. However, they were not able to negotiate a successful deal with the United States Department of Justice, and the deal fell through. Media equals, in 1995, Tapie turned to artistic endeavors because he was unable to pursue his previous interests. He was personally bankrupt and therefore unable to pursue business ventures. He was declared ineligible to run for political office, and he was banned from football. The first thing he turned to was film. He starred, together with Fabrice Lucchini, in Claude Lelouch's 1996 movie Homes, Femme, Mode d'Emploi. In 1998, he collaborated in a song by French artist Doc in a copyright co, Kissed Beau La Vie. In 2001, a documentary film was made titled Who is Bernard Tapie? By American filmmaker Marina Zanovich. Credits: Mainfrance, De Guet Dennis, Stud, La Vie Claire, Look, Terralen, Donné, Wonder, Adidas, Radar. See also, Mana Ayu, Voca Copyright A. References: Integral Arbitration Decision in the Tapies Case 2008, http, affairetapi.info, Bernard Tapie Hearing about the Adidas Case Arbitration, Jean-Pierre Elevate Hearing about the Adidas Case Arbitration, Herva Copyright Courses Analysis.